Live from YMSL Studios, welcome to the 2013 premiere edition of the YMSL Douglas Report. I'm your host, Bobby Moravia, with, to my left, as usual, NRJ, and our good buddy over there, the draft guru, Douglas Dweck. And Douglas, we just had an amazing draft weekend. One of the best drafts, the deepest drafts in maybe 25 years in this league, and we're going to analyze all the teams today. 9-team league once again, and some of these teams are unbelievable. We're going to review some of the players that the stock really went down over the course of a year, and talk about some of the new kids. And NRJ, first of all, welcome back for another great year.
Captain. Pleasure to be back.
Captain.
Yes.
You have to refer to him as captain.
And
now.
for the first time in a rather unillustrious career, an 11-year career, you've been named the captain.
That's right. That's right. I know the league very well. I know the players. We analyze them all the time. So I figured why not be the captain of the team along with Carlos Abadi, my cousin through marriage. So we figured let's do it. Let's get it done.
Well, other GMs I've been talking to say it's really the only way you can guarantee yourself two games of batting. Is there any truth to that?
Actually, I was tinkering with my week one lineup, and I'm only batting one game in week one.
So nothing's changed, really.
Nothing has changed. I'm trying to get everybody on my team at bats because I know how it is by these dumb captains to sit on a bench and pay the league dues and come sit for 4 hours at a time and not get an AB. Yeah. I'm not going to be like that.
Does Ali know you're batting cleanup?
He'll see come Sunday. I wish we were playing this Sunday.
Yeah.
By the way.
And Douglas, for the first time in many years, you took a year off. Be a good grandfather, and the league's going to miss you. But during the off season, you had a chance to scout all these players. So tell us, what did you think of the draft this past weekend?
Yeah, the draft is so deep. Great players. And I saw a lot of these players, like Moni Abadi, a few others, in Maxie's Night League. So, again, where guys hone their skills and they come to the YMSL, the same thing you see some guys from Brooklyn. We know those names already with Ike Mavora, Eddie Rishley returning back to the league. But really a deep draft. And I'll tell you something else about the draft, that there are a lot of younger players that made a name for themselves, like Jake Dweck, Joe Ashkenazi, a lot of others that had great years. Nathan Batesh, Sam Michon, that just had very good years. Went into the playoffs last year, into the finals. I think everyone that I mentioned there went to the finals, and now they're just getting drafted in the second and third round.
Well, we had the infusion a couple of years ago of the center fielders that are young. Right. Jackie Towell, Jack Abadi, A.B. Cohen.
Right.
Then, a couple of years later, we had the shortstops come in. Joe Ashkenazi, I know he's playing center this year, but he came in as a shortstop. Sam Michon, exactly. And you're seeing the older guys, the older center fielders are going way late. Yeah. And the older shortstops, like Morris, never went past 1 or 2. He went really 4, even though he got drafted 3. There was a trade in there. I don't remember Henry Shalom going as low as 6. You know?
Yep.
Maybe he did in years when there were slots in front of him, but when he went naturally as a 6th pick, that's never happened before. Right. So these old guys are being pushed down slowly and surely, and the young guys are taking over.
Yeah, no, it became a young man's league, and that's what why the league's expanded so much and why the talent level it is where it is. But like you said, I mean, some of these talents that have been in the last 3-4 years have really elevated the league to an unbelievable point right now. So what was your biggest surprise, Douglas, that you thought really in the draft?
Eddie Michon, Sonny Shalom going in the 5th round, or the end of the 5th round. So these are players that were second-round picks. Yeah. Coming off of, I would say, average or above average years, not terrible years, and just going that late. So that was, to me, one of the biggest surprises. David Braca going in the 8th round. Yeah. David Braca is usually a 2nd-round pick, maybe 3rd-round pick. Ali always gets him. Yeah. Went in the 8th round. So, things like that I thought were pretty surprising. And really, I would say, if I had to say the most surprising pick was Leo Casson. Because going in when Maurice had his shortstop, he had Jack Abadi, Henry Shalom, shortstop, center fielder. We said he's going to stack his team. Maurice is going to pitch. what speed they have, great fielders, and Maurice is going to have a field day. We loved his team after the Thursday night draft, the first 2 rounds. And then he just surprised us with Leo Casson. And then Zeke Dweck after that. So I think he took a turn. We don't have any, hardware here from the hardware store.
We'll get to analyzing each team as we go. But
that's the most surprising pick.
That's definitely a scenario worth looking at. Is the relationship Maurice and Henry throughout the season. Already there seems to be tension, and it's been addressed by several people in the media. So there could be some issues there, and we've got to keep a close eye on that.
Yeah.
Norman, you made some headlines before the draft.
Yeah.
You actually had the 5th pick in the first round, and you made a package to Sammy Towell to get that first pick. Was that important to play with Ali? Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, I mean, I consider Ali the best person in the league. I think he's better than the other crop of shortstops, which includes Morris, Eddie, and Hank. And I said if I can make a trade, if it's possible, to get Ali, that's how I want to start my team. It gives me a better chance to win as a captain if I have the best player in the league, in my opinion, on my team.
I had him on my team last year. I played with him on his team, I should say, last year. He's the best player in the league.
So there you go. So
He's going to bat 600. He'll have home runs. A ball up the middle is a double with him.
Exactly.
So.
And I've played with Ali before, and I enjoyed it a lot. When I spoke to Sammy Towell, he was shopping his first pick. I thought because he wanted to play with Jeffrey Gindy, but
Jeffrey Saka.
Right. Sorry, but he ended up going with David Gindy. But he was shopping it to Maurice, to me, and I believe to another team, his brother Nathan.
Yeah.
And he's at the end of a long negotiation. Finally, he said, "If you do, you have a deal." And I said, "Deal. Let's just do it."
Right.
So we got Ali, and then I was thrilled with that. I was thrilled with the way my entire draft went, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
You had some head scratching. Some GMs were a little confused. You took Erwin Cohen on day 1 of the draft in this last pick in the 2nd round, and over the weekend before Sunday, you traded him to his brother's team. What went in that? 'Cause a lot of people were surprised Erwin, as talented as he is, went in the 2nd round.
Yeah.
He's relatively young.
Well, here's the thought. We had Soli Shahebar on our board. And when we saw how the picks were going, we said, all right, Soli's going to drop down to us because the pick before us was Jack Jamal and Ike Mavora. So I said they have to go either center field or shortstop. We're definitely taking Soli. Yeah. And then when they took Soli, I was caught a little off guard. And I was talking to Carlos, of course, and we said, all right, let's go with the best player available right now. A lot of people thought we were going to go with Saban and Jimmy Malach, but that's a team that would never win, in my opinion. They'd score 20 runs, and come playoff time against a hot pitcher, the team's gone. And God forbid, in a 2-all game, you have a ground ball to short center, and you see Saban trying to field that ball, or you see Jimmy Malach trying to field that ball. That's a disastrous team. That's a murderer's row lineup, but not a team. And that's not the direction we wanted to go in.
Yeah, a lot of captains fall into that trap.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I hear it.
So Carlos also agreed with me. We said, let's go with the best player available, which we thought was Erwin Cohen. I still think it is Erwin Cohen, the best player at that spot. I think he's... I mean, you could debate Zach Ashkenazi, Jake Dweck. No one's going to tell you you're wrong with any of them, but we had to pick one of them. Eli Harari, of course. So we went with one of those guys. But to that point, Erwin could be replaced with any of those guys. So we said if we could get good value for Erwin for a couple of picks, why not do it? So we traded Erwin, and the result of that was getting Moni the Pony Abadi.
Yeah.
And Sonny.
And I'll tell you got Sonny in the 5th round. So
steal the draft.
You're talking about Erwin in the 2nd round and Sonny in the 5th round.
It's
okay.
crazy.
Erwin's a little probably quicker because Sonny's maybe a little older and stuff. But hitting wise, it could be close. But it's not a three round difference.
It shouldn't be a 3-round difference.
It's not a 3-round difference.
I think the trade worked out great for us because we got Moni at 3rd and Sonny in left. Two crazy hard positions to fill. And then it worked out for them because they have the best outfield in the league.
Yeah, and they have the brothers
and Erwin, the brothers and Jeffrey Saka. They have a stacked team as well. I think it really worked out for both teams.
So.
Well, we're going to get to your team more in detail and the other teams. First, we're going to start off with Exit 105, which is Nathan Towell's team. And he vowed before the draft started he's going to get under the Social Security age limit. And he almost went back to that, but... he has a very interesting... He somehow, with the 4th pick overall, got Mo Shama, which was unheard of in years past.
Unheard of.
So he had guys there that
and Jack Trammell didn't take him. So
no, Jack
takes him every year.
They parted ways, had an amicable divorce, and he went with Mavora. And with the next pick was
Eddie Rishti.
Eddie Rishti, another surprise that didn't go with Mo
also
Casson.
over Mo Shammer.
And so that was very interesting. So once Nathan saw that Mo Shammer was on the board, he went with him. So that's a good start right off the bat. I mean, you're getting, like the big thing is with Mo, you guaranteed almost a ticket to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And then he followed up with his next pick was his second round pick was Max Yadid, right? I believe.
Right. Yeah, Max Yadid.
Max Yadid is his pitcher. So now he had he had the two key positions filled. Max Yadid, great young talent. He's got some issues. I guess he's got to control his emotions and stuff. But
and he had a great start 2 years ago with Nathan.
Yeah, they started off
7-0 or something like that, right?
And then he had his head. Then Eli Harari, you need a center fielder, outstanding young talent with a great bat. Then he has Soli N. He's got Jackie Added and Wright, and then he's got some veterans. He's got more, Braca coming back in off years. We mentioned the 8th round, and I got to believe Braca that's going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder.
Well, he was definitely had to be injured also last year. That's not just an off year because he couldn't even stand up really.
Right.
So I think we all understand that he was injured. Nathan benefited from being on the committee and moving from the 3rd round to the 4th round in the darkness of the night. All of a sudden, he was the 4th round.
Well,
so
that was a committee decision you had nothing to do with, so that's irrelevant.
I don't know. You look at Nathan in the 4th round. That's a pretty damn good pick. He's a Gold Glove winner, and he's usually leads left fielders in assists.
I mean,
plays in the plate.
Do you think Jake Dweck would go before Nathan in the 3rd round, or Eli Harari? These guys are 20 years old. I mean, they're gonna, Zach Ashkenazi. These guys are, they're
Sammy Towell is the 3rd round pick.
Well, Sammy Towell was given an option to go to the 4th round, but his ego would not let him. So
you actually asked him, he said no?
No, he says, well, we said if Nathan goes in the 4th, maybe Sammy should go in the 4th.
Yeah.
He goes, no, I'm the 3rd rounder. So that was not up for vote.
At the expense of maybe getting someone else in the
So Sammy, he could have had Jimmy Malak on his team.
But, but anyway.
You can't write this stuff. You got to be kidding me.
So anyway, Nathan I think is a 4th rounder. You get a 50-year-old in the 3rd round, and you have 20-year-olds. I don't think is so far fetched.
Okay.
Then Elliot Vatash, a pure 500 hitter.
Yeah.
Then you have he's got definitely younger at key positions. He's got a outstanding. This guy could be the steal of the draft. David Towell, known as T.
Yeah,
great athlete. And,
do you know him, Norman?
I know him. He's a great basketball player. I assume he's a good baseball player as well, softball player. I never saw him play softball, but usually athletes are good in multiple sports. So I think it's a very, very good pick over there, T. And he's the only guy that's young on this team after Eli and Max. It went Nathan, Elliot Vatash. Solly's young,
Sakal's young. Ezra Sakal's
but
young.
Nathan fell back into his thing that he does of this old team.
Elliot
Vatash, Jack Added, David Braca.
Well, he got younger by 50 years in the pitching department.
Yes, that's true.
So that was a key thing. So he definitely got younger, better team. So then he had last year. A better pitcher for sure, so it remains to be seen. I guess the big thing with this team is going to be staying healthy, which was a big issue he had last year.
Right.
Not
many guys on this team even made the playoffs last year. So there's maybe Mo Shammer, Eli Harari, maybe two players
before we
made
go.
the players.
732-5YMSL-55. It's 732-596-7555. The phone lines are open, and we expect the influx of calls from a lot of anticipating fans across the globe.
So the big question
the question probably is going to come down to Max and the health, like you said. But this is an older, more mature team. Max is not going to be able to explode or implode or anything like that.
It's good. He's got Mo Shammer behind him. He always takes control. Moses, he used to control Moses, and he won a few championships with him. So he's got veteran guys behind him that definitely, it's going to be a big benefit to him. And Sakal is a great defensive catcher also, so that's going to be a big thing. So, I think right now he's in the middle of the pack, but certainly it's a team that could swing also to the front of the standing. So we'll see about how that goes.
Yep.
How do you feel about that team? The same?
I think this team could contend. I like the maturity with Max Yedid. I think Max is ready. He's another year into the league. I think his biggest issue is not his talent, but his maturity. And with Nathan and Morris on this team, Jack Haddad, Elliot Patash, professional guys, I think this team could be very strong.
Yeah, if they play up to what they're able to do. So Nathan Tal back to being Gold Glove, Eli Harari, being great again, Mo Shama still having it, and Max Yedid really of 2 years ago, not of last year.
Right.
So
let's not forget also Jack Haddad came back last year for the first time in maybe 17, 18 years, hasn't played. He was a little rusty maybe. Now he's probably got into the field of the league, so I think he's going to have a much bigger year. Right. Him and Braca, I think, is going to be a big difference.
Yeah, and then look, Elliot Patash could do his 500, 600 batting average, right? So
I think it's going to be interesting. So now why don't we go with the next team we have is Friends and Family.
Terrible team name.
And that's Maurice Haber's team name. And usually the words Friends and Maurice Haber don't really go in the same sentence. But
how many family members does he? He didn't get Louis Haber because they stripped him off his team.
Well, you have Chucky and his son. You have two Dwecks on the team. And you have, who else you have?
Right, Zeke and A.B. Dweck.
But no, you have Jackie Haber.
Two Habers, two Dwecks, and two Abadis. And I guess I'm assuming Friends means Henry and Maurice, no?
It must be Henry and Maurice.
Well, there are sources all over that team telling us how Henry brought out the hammer.
There it is.
The hammer and Hank.
More like a mallet.
This is because he was more vicious than usual. The hammer. And I heard that he threatened to quit the team. Henry, please call in to validate if this is true or not. But I heard that if Leo Casson was not taken, Henry was walking off that team. That's what sources inside the Friends and Family are telling us.
No secret, Maurice wanted to pitch. I saw him pitch in the night league. It looked like he can take care of it for sure. And, who'd he pass up over there? He could have taken...
that was a key. That was in the fourth round. Steven Safdie. We mentioned that pick shocked everybody because that was the fourth round.
Steven Safdie, Eddie Michon, Leo Pachotto, Sonny Shalom. I mean, how many players are there that you could actually take?
Nathan Zolto was taken at the next pick.
Unbelievable players that play key positions, center field, left field.
But at the same token, let's not forget, Leo Casson is an up-and-coming star in this league for sure. As a pitcher, coming into his third year as a pitcher, won a huge tournament with all the top pitchers in the community last summer. So he's a great fielding pitcher, doesn't get rattled. So I think to Hammer and Hank's defense, I think it was a understandable move.
And also, Hank hasn't played with a real pitcher in quite some time.
Playing a rough year. Also, you're coming off playing with Red, which is like you might as well have T-ball. And
then I remember another year he played with Lee, and they also had Red that year. Was that
1 year he also had like a rotating Max Nesser and some other guys.
So he's been a few years with no pitcher. So he probably said that's it.
Actually, they went far with Lee's team a few years ago.
They went far.
Red was the pitcher, right?
Yes, they went to the semis.
That was the famous dog in left field, I believe.
Yes.
Right.
Great moments in YMSL history.
That was one of the famous plays. So he hasn't had a great pitcher in a while. So I'm sure he's he didn't want to go through it again.
Yeah. But this team started with Henry at short, Jack Abadi in center.
I think you could just build
on that. And then Jimmy Malak just at bat. So maybe they
said
maybe it is the right move to go with the pitcher there because look at your lineup already. You already have Jimmy, you have Henry, you have Jack Abadi.
But I still think if you wanted Leo Casson, you could get him with the next pick and still add Steven Safdie. So I think Safdie, Leo, someone,
I don't know.
And then just take Leo.
We don't
with the
know
next
who
pick.
didn't have a pitcher yet at that point. I think there was
Nathan
only one
Towell
other
already
team.
had one. Jack Jamal already had one.
I think Joe Cheer was about the only team that didn't.
Carlos,
have
we all knew you wanted Mikey.
You were taking Mikey.
Yeah.
It was either Joe Cheer. I think they were scared Joe Cheer.
No, they're going
was
this way.
taken.
They're going this way.
Oh, so who?
There's only one team. Mo Casson was the only team
that could have taken.
Yeah. that didn't have a pitcher.
And obviously, yeah.
But he might have taken him. You never
Maybe.
know. He really had no
He
time
says he
there.
wasn't taking him anyway, but how does
round?
Maurice
I don't
that?
know. Yeah, you know. So,
I
but
don't know.
anyway, Maurice's team. It's very, you know, it's a very good team. Let's look at it. He's got one of the best catchers in the league, Chucky, which is definitely going to help Leo along.
And Chucky ends up playing like second base sometimes,
Yeah,
short
he's
center,
good as
and
a
he
catcher,
bats
and he's an
400
incredible
every
catcher.
year. Yeah,
So now
that's a great pick in the 9th round,
Yeah.
Chucky.
Malak's playing first base, which we all know is thank God for that, not third or the outfield. But Maurice is playing third for the first time in a few years, so he might be a little rusty there.
Yeah.
Okay.
His son Jackie Haber, one of the up-and-coming bright stars in the league, is going to be playing short center. The outfield consists of AB and Zeke at the corners and Jack in center. Gaz Jamal at second base. I mean, you know, he gets the job done, doesn't have too much range. And he has a outstanding young, another of the Matute families that are coming across the league. And this is supposed to be the best out of all of them, Ralph Matute.
Yeah, I know Ralph Matute. Good player. Good kid.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
He's of that Jigga crew. Yeah,
and he was a bright star in the Hillel team,
Yeah.
from what I hear. And former teammate of yours, starting pitchers also
Yes,
on the team,
Jack
Jack
Bawabe.
Bawabe. And who I'm told,
Jack but walk there.
Who I'm told by sources played an outstanding first base in the night league.
Yes. First of all, great guy, super nice guy. Actually had a good start pitching last year, and then fell into some walk issues, but does play also a very good first base.
Yeah, so
So,
it's good. If
yeah.
Malak falters a little bit, he can DH Malak. So
Yeah.
Maurice's team, I think, could be a very good team also. You know, a couple of question marks that need to be addressed, mainly defense, because I don't love the infield that much. I
I don't love the
don't think
infield
there's too much
either.
range at all, the infield.
And really, who's setting the table for Jimmy other than Henry, maybe Jack a little bit? I don't see. Do you see much hitting on this team as much as other
Well,
teams?
there's power on the team. I mean, listen, Malak and Henry and Maurice and AB Dweck and Poppet. You know, Zeke is not a strong hitter as his brother, but you know, it's a middle of the road team right now. So,
I agree.
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think they're a real contender for a title.
Right.
I think they're middle of the road. I think we got to figure out who's really calling the shots. Is it
Yeah.
Henry or is it Maurice? And how that plays in, because if they couldn't agree on a key draft pick, what are they going to do when they're second and third, 2 outs? So they walk in guy, they not. Is Henry going to walk off and
Yeah.
quit?
Right.
I don't
It's hard
know.
to quit all the time.
Well, they're going to be standing along each other on the field, so we'll
Right.
see what
Right.
happens over there. So friends and family,
Okay.
you know, right now is a middle of the road team. Once again, the number is 732-5YMSL55 or 732-596-7555. And the next team is Sammy Towell's Hurricanes. Sammy last year was the Marlins. So he's going down the South Florida team names. And coming off a championship year, Sammy.
I thought it was after the Hillel team that's
Oh.
going for a championship
Right.
tomorrow night, actually. The Hillel Hurricanes.
Oh,
Yeah.
the varsity?
The junior varsity
Oh.
girls, yeah.
Oh, we didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. That's a good
They
plug.
beat an undefeated team by
Yes,
like
they-
30 points
yes,
or
they
something
did, yeah.
stupid. Okay.
Where's that game going to be held?
It's going to be in
Plug.
Hafter or something.
Okay.
It's our sister network is covering it.
Now this team that everybody thought Sammy Towell was going to go with Jeffrey Sackett coming off
Yes.
that championship
I thought that's
year.
why he made the trade in the
Yeah.
first place. Yeah.
And he surprised everybody in the draft, myself included, by going with David Gindey, making his first appearance in the YMSL since 2006. No doubt, one of the top pitchers that ever played in this league. I mean, talent-wise, and with a great bat. So he went with David Gindey to start off, and and then another great pick with the second round with John Eliezer. I'm told John Eliezer has resolved his transportation issues.
Good.
You know, he's got, now there's mass transit coming to Memorial Field, so that was a big problem with a lot of teams. I thought he did an outstanding job drafting. His outfield consists of Murray Zolta, Nathan Zolta, and Louis Franco, who played 2 years ago, was an outstanding rookie towards ACL last year, was out. And he got Nathan Murray Zolta late, I think fourth and fifth, or
Yeah, fourth and fifth. Nathan did not have a good year last year.
No.
He'll be the first one
Which is
to
the one
say
that
it.
was on Maurice's team.
Yeah, he was
Now,
picked
Nathan?
first round last year. Yeah.
He didn't have a good year.
Murray actually had a better year. I
Yeah,
believe,
Murray
but
as a
he's-
rookie had a great year. But he also went in the fifth round. So problem is they don't really have a sure center fielder there. They have three very solid outfielders, but no center fielder.
Exactly. No real center fielder. Maybe if Sammy agreed to go to the fourth round, he could have gotten somebody to play center field. But
Right.
they have like very good left fielders. One of them will have to play center. I'm sure they'll handle it. It's not rocket science, but it's not the same as having a
Right.
speedy, quick guy in
Yeah,
center.
and you can't compare him to a lot of center fielders in the league.
No, you
Right.
can't. Then they went with Daniel Towell, glove and a half at third base.
That was a great pick in that round. And
Yeah.
I'd like to mention, I ran into Daniel the night before the draft, and
Yeah.
I thought for sure he was going to be part of the Expo Nation.
Yeah, he was definitely on our board.
And he told me that you guys were treating him like a 10th round material, which was like bottom of the barrel. I don't know if this.
No, we actually were pretty close to taking Daniel when he went. We had the first pick in the 7th, and that's when we were going to take him.
Right.
And he went 4 or 5 picks before we went.
Uh-huh.
And we told him, we showed him where we pick. He knew where we were going to pick
Right.
him also, because he was at my house the day before. And he said, yeah, I'll definitely be there. I'll definitely be there. Then he sent out a tweet saying, enough of all these guys promising they're going to take me, and then they don't take me.
He
But
was
Daniel,
promised-
you yourself said you're going
he
in the
was-
7th round,
He
so
was
what's up?
promised by all 9 captains, but he had to end up with one of them.
Right.
But also Maurice got Svi Goldberg very late. We mentioned what round was that? Seventh round.
After Daniel. Yeah.
And so his infield is very strong. He's got DT and Eliezer on the left side, Svi and Sammy Tao.
I think the issue on this team is the offense, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I think so too.
But we said that last year about his team, and he went all the way.
Well, listen, he's got some good bats, and he picked up a great bat in the 10th round, right? Haas was that 9th to 10th round.
Yeah.
10th out.
10th round, a pure hitter. And the short center fielder is a promising young talent, Leo Hanono, which Gindi coached from Hillel. And they have a backup pitcher in Morris Gindi, David's son, which is another rookie pitcher coming.
The key is I haven't seen David Gindi pitch in a long time. He used to be great. I don't know if he's great, good, average. I don't know what he is now. And also, he had a serious bat, if I recall. Also, so I don't know where that's the key of that team.
The problem is a lot of these young players don't even know who David Gindi is.
Right.
That are stars in the league now, so they probably never, nobody would have taken him early.
Right.
Yeah, he has to be as great as he ever was just for this team to compete.
We got a
If he's
call.
anything less,
we got a
then
call
they're
coming
a
in.
problem.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Jacob from Deal. Jacob, you're on the air.
Hello, how are you?
This must be Jacob Jigga.
Jacob Arjamal, correct?
Jacob R. Jamal. How you doing, Mr. Jamal?
As opposed to Jacob Gaz Jamal.
Jigga, we didn't get up to your team, the Atlanta Braves, yet.
No, I know. I have a couple things I need to mention. First off, I was speaking to Ralph Matute.
Yes.
He said that his team was already fighting over what they should call their team, and the fact that Friends and Families won shows that there's bad leadership going on already.
A very boring name, in my opinion.
What that means, Friends and Families.
Right. Some are friends, some are family. You're stuck
It's
with
not
them.
Verizon Wireless.
Right.
With friends and family.
I mean, last year you had Savon going with multiple scoregasms, and now you're getting
Right.
family. I understand.
No, that team we heard all, and Henry has not called in to confirm or deny, but we heard that if they didn't go with Leo Casson, Henry was demanding a trade.
This Ralph Matute seems to be an interesting character. The number he chose on his jersey is not 20.
69. What is
No,
it?
2.0.
Is that
What
legal?
does that mean?
Yeah,
It's legal?
2.0.
Is that his grade average or something? What does that mean?
I don't know. So this guy, we're definitely
Total
going to be interested to meet this character, and he's already causing a lot of waves.
Secondly, I was looking at the league archives, and I see Golden Glove the catcher. The last 100 years has either gone to Stevie Corman, or my brother Norman now has gotten a couple. But I need serious judgment on me this year to win Gold Glove at catcher. I think I am the best fielding catcher in this league, and dropping 35 pounds in the offseason, I'm going to be running down that line. And I want serious contention.
Okay, first of all, you weren't even able to get out of the squatting position, let alone run down the line. So let's see you stand up before you...
I didn't say I wanted it last year. I'm saying this year...
Now he's coming into
All right,
second
we'll see.
year.
We'll see how you do.
Slim and Trivia, you got to be like your brother and run down the first baseline and back up all the throws. Are you willing to do that?
Look, I mean, we're going to work it out with Jeff Sack. I had a meeting with him in Hillel today. We're discussing all kinds of strategy.
Also, is Jeffrey going to cover home plate, or is he going to let you? Is he going to let you make?
He does that, by the way.
He does that a lot.
Jeffrey does that. Oh. He'll tell you, "I got home." That's what he'll tell you.
All right.
These are the things we were discussing today.
Firstly,
I will be driving a truck down to Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Turnberry, Aquilina, Puerto Vida. If anyone needs socks to ship, I am departing Tuesday, March 19th.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So is that a plug you're trying to get on the YMSL network?
What's he trying to try?
Free advertising, I think.
This is a $14 million. We do a 13.2 rating. You can't just.
You know how much we charge a minute?
If anybody mentions YMSL, 5% discount.
Oh.
It's only 433-9078.
Thank you for your plug, Jigga. All right.
Thank you very much.
First he bashes you, and then he advertises.
Yeah.
I don't like
it. I think we had a call come in from Maurice from Brooklyn.
Friends and family plan.
Apparently, he got cold feet and he hung up. So I don't know what happened.
Maybe his, Henry.
Maybe his
didn't
Verizon friends and family.
Henry didn't go for the call.
Henry didn't let him.
Henry came to his house and pulled the plug on the call. Oh, we got to get that one back. That's the same Maurice. So I think the Hurricanes are definitely one of the better teams in the league, especially with Gindy as your pitcher. And if his bat was anything like it was when he played last. But anyway, I think they have a lot of good players, solid players. I think their infield is incredible. I think the defense is going to be a strong point. So I look at them to be one of the more elite teams in the league.
Yeah, I don't know. It all comes down to David Gindy, really. Even if David Gindy is good, I don't love their offense. I think their D is very good. They're not the fastest team I ever seen. They don't have a real center fielder.
Maurice, you're on the air.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Maurice.
Hi.
Hi, Douglas. And hi, my ex-teammate. How you doing?
Very good. Friends and family. How are you?
Hey, Maurice.
Family, I saw a little, I have a basketball game in like 7 minutes, but I saw a little of the show. Norman, already you don't like my team name? It's not going to be Maurice's Pieces again.
That was the best team name of all time with the orange shirts.
That's what you came up with it.
Maurice's Pieces
like
is
it.
fabulous.
And then there was unfinished business for like 3 years.
You guys don't like my team name. You don't like my team. You don't like my first baseman. You don't like my shortstop. Wow.
No, we like the shortstop. You don't like the shortstop.
Oh, my God.
And then maybe it shows up as like him.
Douglas,
Yeah.
I understand exactly what you're saying. There is some truth to it. The bottom line is, I thought of Henry's point. Really, the last 3 years, he played with no pitcher. He wants to play with a pitcher. Not to say I can't do it, but the guy wanted to play with a pitcher. And if you get a first-round pick, you really got to try to accommodate him. And we talked about it. We got along. We had breakfast in our house. Chucky was there in my house. Jackie was there, Maddie. We all talked. We all got along. There's nothing going to be like we're not going to get along on the field. And to answer your question, I am running the team. I am the captain of the team, Norman.
Answer this question. Did Henry give you the ultimatum? If you don't pick Leo, you got to trade me, or I'm not playing, or something like that?
Henry, before I chose him, basically said in a very politically correct way, I really don't want to play with somebody who hasn't pitched in this league. He goes, truth be told, maybe you pitch good, but are you really going to win this league? Are you really going to win this league? I mean, it comes down to pitchers at the end of the day. I know A.B. Stacker, Jeffrey Stacker, it's a pitcher's league. No matter what you tell me, regular season means nothing.
Right.
Anybody who sneaks in, you saw what happened. So I'm not saying I don't have confidence, and eventually I do want to pitch in this league. I really do. But, Leo is an up-and-coming star. I happened to watch him in that tournament, and I saw him in the night league. He's not bad. He played with Moshe Hammer 3 years in a row. He called me when I picked him in the 4th round, which I don't think is far-fetched. When you think of Meyer Saxey in the 6th round, I think Leo's a steal if you look at it that way.
Right.
If you think of Mikey Shower, no offense to Mikey, I know you won the Tahina League last year, but he went in the 6th round also. We're only talking 2-round difference. And how is, no offense to Eddie Michon and Spee and all these guys, how are they going to help me in the infield? I needed different players, so that's the route we took.
No, if you are a believer in Leo and you wanted a pitcher, then okay. But if you wanted to go a different direction and Henry forced your hand, that's the rumors we were hearing.
Yes. So, you know what? It was a friendly force. I sat there. We talked to Chucky. We talked to Jack because we knew they were on our team. We all agreed if we can get Leo in the 4th round, we're gonna roll the dice. We're gonna take because there was no pitchers. All the pitchers got eaten up.
One more question quickly.
Yeah, quickly.
Were you considering Max Yedid in the 2nd round over Jack?
You can answer that question.
Okay.
All right. All right, Maurice, good luck this year, and we look forward to hearing from you soon.
Maurice famously played with Max Yedid, I think 2 years in a row.
Right.
He didn't want him again.
Okay. We got a commercial break coming up from a word from our sponsors.